Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and R Kings. We're here at Michael Conlan. Michael, we haven't spoke since this fight's been announced, but you're 5 weeks out.
Yep.
Obviously sparring regularly, seem to be feeling good. How are you? Obviously it's a huge night in Dublin, your first time there I think since the amateurs as well. It's going to be a special night.
It's going to be a great night. Just to say that the Mike needs a hair transplant, but it'll do. It's going to be a great night.
1 minute. No. You know what? I used to always give you stick. I haven't started doing that. I'm trying to be more professional. The mic cover does need changing, but yeah, go on, continue.
Send it to Turkey, you'll be all right. No, but mate, yeah, I'm feeling great. Everything is going to plan. Sparring is going fantastic. I'm in great shape already, and I'm very, very excited to get back to Dublin and put on a show.
The last one was almost like you needed to get back in the win column. You were open about that. It was the first one with a new trainer. Yeah. I think kind of a different environment really to what you're used to fighting in as well. But what we were talking about behind closed doors, you were sort of humble enough to say, you know what, I need to go back and do an 8-rounder. We need to start from the beginning, build up properly, don't miss any steps on your route to, in your eyes, hopefully becoming world champion. Yeah. What's the sort of difference going into this one? This is a bigger stage. This is Dublin. The atmosphere will be electric at the 3 Arena. You've got Jack Bateson, good fighter, coming from Leeds, and he'll see this as his opportunity to upset the apple cart. You're a big name, and that will push him into the places you want to go. What's the sort of feeling going into this one? Is it a different mindset? How does it differ?
From the last one, mate, it's night and day. The last one going into training camp, I've spoke about this many times now, like the sparring, really felt like I forgot how to box. This one I feel like I'm back, and it's making me so excited for a fight night. It's the best training camp I've had in a very long time. I'm in the best headspace I've been in a very long time. I mean, listen, Jack's a nice kid. I know him a long time. We've done rounds together. Like no bad blood there, but he's in my way, and I've got to go and do a job on him, and I'm very, very excited about it because of how things have went this training camp compared to the last one. I'm going, Jesus, I said to Grant, I told you I wasn't shit. I told him, Grant, I'm not the spot after the first one. He says, I know, Mick, you've just been a long time. I says, but this time I said to him the other day, I'm so glad you know now. He says, I never thought it anyways as well. I thought it, so I'm sure you had it in the back of your head in a sense. So this one, mate, is going great. The work has been great. My fitness is great. Strength is unbelievable. Speed is there. Everything is clicking, and that's what's making me excited. I feel like on this last run, as I've said, everything's falling into place. Now I've just got to go in and deal with a man in front of me, which is Jack Bateson.
I've often heard you say, boxing, I never love you back. And you're absolutely right. It's not a story. It's not a sport for fairy tales, because the truth, it does show itself no matter what, no matter how you're feeling. But I haven't seen you this, I want to say, excited for a fight for a while. The last one, I think, when you're out the ring for a year, obviously tell me if I'm wrong, there's a lot of baggage there. There's a lot of, I suppose, demons from, the previous 2 fights, and you're trying to wrestle with all that. But now you've seen from obviously the first ever spy you did with Grant. Yeah. So obviously what we just saw today, which was night and day from the one I saw you do for the last camp. Is that what gets you excited? The fact that it is clicking again, because you seem to have the love for boxing back.
In a sense, as I say, I'll stick with what I've always said. You can't love it, but in a sense, I'm loving the process at the minute and everything I'm going through at the minute. I feel on top of the world, and I feel great, and I haven't felt like that in a while. The last one, obviously, and even the defeats before that, I had an awful lot of shit going on in life. Never mind, what was happening in the ring. So, at the minute, I'm in a place of peace, and I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. I'm enjoying coming back, resting, going to the gym, training, coming back, playing Call of Duty, smashing you on it, and then
It's your interview, so I'll let you have the moment. But
Yeah, you know, you're a
I'll let you have that. I'll let you have the moment.
Matt's a bat and Call of Duty, so he just gets the helicopter and flies away the place.
I've been waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. Listen, you're a bluffer. Not in the boxing world, but in the Call of Duty world, biggest bluffer ever. But carry on. No, you were on a good roll till you interrupted that.
No, but like, no, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and that's it. That's the main thing. Like, the only thing I haven't really enjoyed is having to knock golf on the head, because last camp I was playing golf so much and I was loving it.
Knock it on the head. Every story, obviously. I know what happens to the social side, but you play golf. When was the last time you played?
Last week.
Right, so you've not knocked it on the head, fuck, have you?
Mate, compared to what I was doing last camp, I was playing like in between sessions on a daily basis. This time it's probably once a week, once every 2 weeks. You know, I'll not play this week, haven't played this week. Even Dalton asked me to go out and play, and I was like, and then I went, you know what, no, I have sparring. He says, no, well done. And I said, that's good. So I've got my priorities in place for this camp, and I'm fully tuned in. And the weekend, if I can get a wee game in, I will. But this weekend next week will probably be the last chance I'll get, because that's when I cut it off anyway. But yeah, that's the only sad side to this training camp is that golf. I'm actually, to be honest, how hard I've worked in this training camp. My body has ruined everything for golf because I'm in bits, and my swing is gone. I'm hitting balls terribly. I'm going, what the hell's going on? What have I done? And then you go, okay, listen.
I'm a professional boxer, not a golfer.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I'm taking. My body's just getting hammered from the trains doing. So obviously it's not going to be moving and rotating and hitting the balls as clean as what I'm meant to. So I look forward till after where I can have a few games of golf and I'm not sore, you know what I mean? But what I'm most looking forward to is getting putting the performance on, you know, coming out there. You've heard the ring music already and you're going...
Yeah, by the way, I have to say, like, me and you go back and forth on music over certain bits because I'm, for those of you who don't know, I like a variety of music, whereas you're kind of like stuck in your ways. And yeah, I think I've took you to a different place musically now where we're nearly there.
No, you like mumble rap and I don't like mumble rap.
No, that's only one part of it. Anyway, the ring walk is absolute fire. That's all I'll say. Like, on the night, that must excite you a lot, thinking compared to the last one where you had to go in and just do the job, and it was a quieter atmosphere. Whereas you're gonna have in Dublin, everyone for you, number one, and the atmosphere will be absolutely bouncing.
See, I'd probably say I'm a big night fighter. You know, big events. I've done it my whole career. The last fight was probably the first fight, bar the lockdown fights, that I've been in an arena. It's like, okay. It's like I'm back in the amateur just walking the ring. So, no, listen. My favourite thing about boxing has always been a ring walk. You know, it's the show before the show. And, you know, this one, with it being in Dublin, with what everything is going to happen on the night, which I'll not reveal, it's going to be fantastic. And then I'll go in there, pumped, fired up, focused, ready to do the job.
Let's just touch on Dublin just quickly. Obviously, Belfast, your home. You've had many a good night there, many a historic night. We talk about Falls Park and all these other different nights. But to go back to Dublin, the first time since you were an amateur, and you've had a long career, and you've been in boxing since 27, 28, 26 years. To go back to Dublin where 27, well, 26, 27, whatever. But to go back there, how much is that, aside from obviously fighting for the WBC International, which is part of the step, how much does that excite you? You know, your people, you know, getting behind you there, you know, all Irish crowd, obviously Jack will have his supporters as well, but, you know, this is going to be something special. How much is that a big motivating factor?
I mean, it's massive. I basically forged an awful lot of my amateur career in Dublin. I've trained in Dublin for many, many years in the amateur system, and, you know, when I fight in Belfast, 50% of the tickets are from the south of Ireland, so, you know, it makes me really excited, you know, where I'm bringing a show to the fans in the south who don't have to travel, can just travel a few hours across, or a few counties across to get to Dublin, It's going to be a special night, mate. You know, I believe I'm a bigger name in the south than I am in the north, and that's something that has always excited me for fighting in Dublin. And the fact that now I get to go there and do it in the twilight stage of my career. Let's be honest, not gonna talk about it any different way, because you know, even in the twilight, I'll still win a world title.
I was just about to say that you've sort of ended it. I wanted you to end it, but when you say the twilight and the final chapter, last roll of the dice, all these sort of things that get labelled with this part of your career, I almost feel like when people talk about that with you, it's like, oh, last chance saloon, and it's almost seen as a like a negative. But your mindset, obviously from being around you, is it is the final chapter, but this could be the best.
It's no matter. I thrive on it, because it's just like no pressure. Not expected of me, is it really? At this stage, you know, people get loads of doubters and stuff. I don't really care about that. So like I've decided, you know, when I'm saying that stuff, it's like I'm just gonna go out and enjoy it now, because sometimes I've added an awful lot of pressure on myself, and now I can say it what it is and be comfortable with saying it, because people probably wouldn't be comfortable saying that type of thing. But I'm comfortable with saying that, because I know that what to do. Go and enjoy this one. Enjoy the last road of it, because you're not going to get another career in boxing like after that. There, you know, once you hit a certain age, it's time to step back and stuff. And you can't restart it, you know, because obviously miles in the clock and stuff. So I've decided, you know, this time just enjoy it, have fun. If it's the last roll, it's the last roll. We're gonna see how far them dice roll, and hopefully to the end of the table with 6-6 on them, and we're going, ho, we'll get the jackpot, let's go.
Fingers crossed. Look, on this road, a couple more, 'cause I know you've got stuff to do. Jack Bateson is a very good fighter. I think he's often overlooked, and I know you don't overlook him, you've given him the respect he deserves for this fight, and you can tell in your preparation. But on this road back to a world title, there's a few, obviously, things, and I know you're not looking past him, so when I ask you these questions, this is from a point of view from this side, not from you, because I know it's Dublin and that's it. You link the fighting Josh Warrington. What's the crack with that? And have you had any talk? Because obviously Lee Wood still saying he's going to continue to fight. I suppose if it's not in the weight division, do they maybe take you off track? I know they bring you a lot of money, but are there any talks, any potentials with either or?
No official talks, no. For as much as it's been mentioned, no actual official talks. If a fight between me and Josh could happen, I would love it to happen in December. And that's something I'd be really up for. But obviously, like we said, I'm focused on Jack, and I've got to get Jack out of the way, and then think about that. But you know, no official talks with either. And I know they're at 130 now, but I'm sure there's a possibility of a catchweight in between. I'm still looking to get a title at 126, but happily for whatever it is, whatever catchweight we can meet at, I'd be happy to do it.
Does that bring you away from the goal for what this final chapter is?
No, it just gets me another win on the road towards it. You know what I mean? And I probably will need another fight before I get into the title fight. So you know, one of them guys would be a decent enough, you know, opponent to step me in that direction. But listen, there's obviously other options there, plenty of options, and you know, I can't look past Jack, so I can't even start to look who could be next to who's that. Just the fact that you mentioned Josh and Lee, and they've been mentioned in there, where three names have been swung around between each other for a long time. It's no problem, we can speak about it. I'm not one of them fighters who will get too fixated on what's next. So, you know, it is what it is.
The opportunity against Jack obviously puts you in very good stance with the WBC. There's an international title on the line. I know you were linked to fighting Lorente for the European, but on the plus side, this WBC bodes well for your rankings. You carry, obviously, a sizable name. Providing everything goes right for you, touch wood, you mentioned one fight, but then when you look at the likes of Stephen Fulton, who's obviously sitting at the top of the table, is that the plan? Is it hopefully there's a voluntary there, or there's something that can be done to, give you that opportunity, or that sort of that roll of the dice. Is that how you map it in your head, if you do?
It would be nice. It'd be really nice, you get top 15 rank with an international title, and if there was a possibility for a voluntary defence from Stephen Fulton against me in New York, which would sell really well because he's from Philly.
That'd do good numbers, that wouldn't it? Because obviously,
that would do massive numbers. When you do it in the Garden, you got Philly versus Ireland right there, and it would be unbelievable. Not the theatre, you could do it in the big room. I'd say I think we'll get enough numbers there. Stack the undercards, you definitely get enough numbers. So yeah, that would be something I would be really interested in. If it's the theatre, even better, because that's where I started my career. Yeah. I started my career there, and I've always says I would love, more than any place in the world where I'd love to win a world title would be MSG, because I started my career there, and I would love to get a title there.
That would be a real sort of storybook, wouldn't it? Like, start your career there on them shows, to switch it around and to actually get that one thing that you say has been missing. That would be storybook stuff, wouldn't it?
Well, it'd be a full circle moment, and something I would love. So, listeners, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not going to happen. There's a possibility anything can happen. We're in the wild west of sport with boxing. Anything can happen. And listen, I love that. Whether it happens or not, who knows? But Jack Bateson, September 5th, Dublin, unbelievable night. Best performance of my career you're going to see. Best training camp I've had in a very, very long time. So I'm absolutely buzzing, and I'm on fire at the minute. So be afraid, be very afraid.
We'll leave it on this. You got a message for your fans that'll be coming to Dublin, all your supporters in Belfast, and obviously the ones you've got in the UK as well. You got a message for them before we sign this off?
Make sure you get your tickets now, because it's going to be an unbelievable night. And if you want the best seats, get on it now, because they're going to go. Payday weekend.
Say again?
It's payday weekend. Payday weekend. Make sure you get your tickets. And make sure to be here. You don't want to miss this, because it's going to be an unbelievable night. There's going to be some great fights, some great entertainment, and then a magical performance at the end.
Perfect. Michael Conlan, appreciate you talking to Boxing Social as usual. We'll catch up closer to the fight, and wish you all the best.
Cheers, mate.